This edition of the early edition was recorded on February 28, 2009 at the Kingston Rose Theatre. In the papers that day we had Labour looking into Sir Alan Sugar as their candidate for London Mayor. An elderly man was found on his mobility scooter on a busy dual carriageway. The plight of an urban fox and so much more.
Morning. In about just over half an hour we'll go and do a show in the Rose Theatre in Kingston. So Phill Jupitus, Andre Vincent, Carrie Quinlan and myself are just looking through the papers trying to find the interesting and or funny stories, and we call it the early edition.
Thank you very much indeed for coming, for making the effort, frankly, on a Saturday at 11:30 in these recession-hit times.
In Kingston? No.
Oh, yeah.
I had to have trouble parking the 4x4.
We've got two fantastic guests with us this morning. I'm very pleased to have them both here. The first guest I'm going to introduce is a regular from the News Quiz, a fantastic comedian and writer. Would you please put your hands together for the wonderful Carrie Quinlan?
Morning.
Our second guest this morning is the incomparable, the brilliant. Please give it up huge for the wonderful Phill Jupitus. Morning, Phil.
It is a bit early for me.
You've covered some distance, have you not?
Just from that fucking door.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm plugging in this because I've got to get on Twitter. I need to let everybody know what I'm up to.
Are you going to Twitter during the show?
I'm going to Twitter during the show.
Goodness, how
on
exciting.
stage at gig. Lol.
Okay, Carrie, why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, I somehow have managed to come on stage with the Mail and the Express, which really is terribly mean.
You gotta love the Mail. It's like a copy of the Metro with the nerve to charge.
The paper that Robert Mugabe goes, oh, that's a bit much.
But yeah, London mayors. We got so used to we've had Ken, we've had Boris. Obviously, we can't be bothered to remember anyone's surname. So now, Labour are lining up Sir Alan to be their next candidate.
Which borough's going to be fired first? Tower Hamlets, you're fired.
Newham, you're a disgrace.
Imagine the Greater London Authority run on Amstrad computers. You think a snow day cripples this country?
Yeah, but there's no budget delivered for 18 months because the entire budget is buffering. that little hourglass is just revolving and everyone in London is sitting there waiting.
all the software on a tape. So, would you vote for Sir Alan, the people of Kingston? No. Did you vote for Boris?
Everybody who goes, yes, like that, when they say they voted for Boris, were the comedy votes. Because when you see his name on a ballot, your initial thought is, oh God, we've got to, just to see what he'll do.
He's just getting on my nerves now. He's banning everything, like banning drink on buses and tubes. I need a sneaky tin on the tube. Otherwise, I'm going to randomly start talking to strangers, and before you know it, I'll become northern, and that's wrong.
Yeah, no, in fairness, you laugh at that, ladies and gentlemen, but when he's not doing this, Vinny is a tube driver. I like that when they banned that there was a massive party on the Circle line. And it would show that they put a lot of thought into it, that if a load of people were going to get pissed on the tube, the safest line to do it on Circle Line, because eventually you come back to your own vomit.
I was a fan of Ken. I was brought up on the GLC, so I liked him, and I like the fact that, you know, when Thatcher said no, he fought her off, and then when Blair said no, he fought him off, and then he lost to Boris Johnson. Which is like an old man going through 2 world wars and then dies choking on a poppy. It's just... it's just not right.
SAR 76 is on their couch in Manchester. The excitement of Twitter.
Oh, this is a lovely story. This is absolutely fantastic. All Stanley Murphy wanted when he popped out on his mobility scooter was to pick up a newspaper from his local shop. But the 91-year-old took one wrong turn on his way home and ended up on a busy dual carriageway. Undaunted, Mr. Murphy kept his pedal to the metal and continued trundling along the centre of the slow lane at his top speed of 8 miles per hour.
Imagine if you had sat-nav. You will reach your destination in 6 months.
I'd love to have one of those shop mobility scooters.
be
I'd get
awesome.
it pimped. Imagine one of those with jack-up suspension and fluorescent lights underneath, massive Bose sound system on the back. I'm wicked and I'm lazy.
21 stone and you officially can have one.
Fucking hell, I'm in.
21 stone. You could be driving one.
Oh, get
What's
one.
to say I haven't got one out the back right now?
Foxes may be sly, but Telegraph readers will have their number. You must have terrible trouble with urban foxes here, do you? Yeah. Screaming at night when they have the sex. Ursula Keeling asks how to get rid of the urban fox, which has been rampaging through her house. Shut the door would be my suggestion.
Stop having dead animals in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. And the answer from Geraint Jeremiah is simple, a terrier. Feed it a terrier. Anyway, you've been an absolute delight. Thank you so much for having us here. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please give it up for our guests today, the wonderful Carrie Quinlan, Phill Jupitus, and from Andre and myself. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
If you'd like to see more of the early edition, then try and catch the next show at Southend Palace Theatre 21st of March 2009. Don't forget to join the Facebook group to find out who the special guests are and when they're in a town near you.